All right, throttle position sensor using a GM brand or something, General Motors. Here's the adapter plate that that's provided by Z-Car Depot. I don't think it comes with the Fast kit at all. This is something that Z-Car Depot manufactured, whatever. Now, they tell you to twist to preload this sensor. They don't mention which way. Of course not. Why would they want to do that? So, anyway, basically, when you press down on the gas pedal, you move the throttle. If you're looking at the throttle body, it's going to turn clockwise. Okay? So, in order to preload this thing, you're going to have to turn counterclockwise. Okay? So, watch what happens. See, right now I have the adjustment screws loose. So, it's just floating in the wind. Okay? But if I rotate all the way counterclockwise, watch. See? It springs back clockwise. So, what you do is, in order to preload it, you're going to turn it counterclockwise until you feel something. You may not feel it. I can feel it. It's a video. How can you feel it? Of course you can't feel it. You can't feel it. We don't have videos where you can feel yet. But yeah, you'll feel it. See right there, that's where it's preloaded. Now I could go further. See? But you just turn it. And let me turn it again. And just turn it until it stops. Okay? Right there. So I just, whoops. Let me loosen it again. You don't want to keep turning. I mean, of course, if you keep turning, you've gone too far. You can go past the preloading. Preloading means just go until you feel the resistance and stop. Okay? On both sides here. There, and you're done. And you just have to tighten that down. Not really tight, just, you know, make sure it doesn't move while you're tightening it. Gently. I'm using 1/4 inch drive here. We're not using 1/2 inch torque wrench here. Set to 3,000 foot-pounds. No. Okay, there. That one's tightened. 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 We're done. Now, just make sure that you know that you still got throttle, can travel. Yep. So there, we're done. Once again, you're not going to find that in the notes other than they say just to preload it. But that's how you preload the throttle position sensor. Okay. That's it for this sensor. Moving on to either the next sensor or hooking up fuel injectors. I don't know which. Let me look at what I've got lying on the table. Okay, now we're going to calibrate the throttle. TPS, throttle position sensor. So, let me move my seat a little bit closer. I have short legs, I guess. Anyway, now we're at warnings and all that. We're going to calibrate. The operation should be performed while the engine is not running. The engine is not running. So, release the throttle, meaning like if your foot is on your gas pedal, take it off now and press calibrate. Calibrate, please. Maybe I got to hit that. Okay. Now it comes up with another instruction. Depress the throttle and press calibrate. So I'm going to press the throttle all the way to the floor now, the gas pedal. Alright, that's all the way to the floor. And the voltage is showing 3.4 numerically. Okay, so now I'm going to hit calibrate. Alright, Please release the throttle and continue. Okay. So I release the throttle. The voltage is now dropped down to 0.0. I hit next. Yeah, sometimes the touchscreen doesn't always do what I want it to do here. Diagnostics, codes. It still says TPS voltage. I don't know why. Alright, so I'm going to try and adjust this throttle position sensor because I keep getting an error, and I think what I've got to do is I've got to give it a little bit more counterclockwise. You know, they say to twist it. Well, they don't say which way, but I'm going to pretension it a little bit more than what I had it on. It shows 0, so I guess I got to add some. So we're going to try that. Okay, so first I just loosen it using a 7mm and start feeling it again. Let me loosen it so it's nice and... Oh, that's the wrong screw. Okay, that's loose enough now. And that is loose enough. So it should move now, I think. Well, no. I don't want to drop anything, but okay. Will it move now? Yeah, it finally moves. Okay, so... So right now I'm trying to feel it, you know, because that one screw is still too tight. Okay, loosen. Okay. So I got to do this by feel. So I'm trying to feel, you know, because when you move the throttle, right, which way does it go? So let's say set it there. Yeah, it seems like it goes that way, so I got to go counterclockwise here, I do believe. Not much. Yeah, we'll try that. Can I still operate the throttle? We shall see. Yeah, sure can. Okay, well, I didn't tighten it down yet, so let me see what it says in here. While I'm at it, let's see what my picture looks like. Control your GoPro again. Will it still let me with a different type of battery in here? I don't know. Control your GoPro. Come on, baby. Connect. It doesn't like that I'm not using it, but it's still working good. All right, thank you. So anyway, we're going to adjust our TPS. So let's turn it on again and see what we got here. Alright. Should have fuel pressure again. Yep, sure do. Okay. It primes it every time you do that. Alright, but we're not going to crank it yet. So let's go to advanced again. Let's go to TPS calibration. Okay. Look at that. I've got 0.1 volts this time. Normally it's 0. So I definitely added some. So release the throttle and press your calibrate. So I'll do it. There, I did that. Okay. Depress the throttle and then press calibrate again. So I'm going to press it now. All right. New readings up to 3.7. Much, much higher. I mean, 0.3 difference, yeah. So I think we're going to calibrate again here. And then it's going to instruct us, please release. And now drop down to 0.2. So I'm going to probably have to do this a few more times, but I can see we may have solved our problem here. So let me go out of this menu and go back to the main menu and go to diagnostics and go to codes. And look at that, folks. The TPS voltage code is no longer lit. That is a good sign. I think now we can go into learn mode because we don't have any errors. This is important. If we had any kind of errors on here, I'm not so sure this thing is going to learn. So let me tighten down the throttle position sensor now where it is. And then I'll do one more calibration of it again and still make sure that there is no code. Wow. You know, I've Googled this type of a problem and there's just no information out there at all. So let me tighten it down where I've got it. So I definitely needed to add some more tension to the throttle position sensor. When you do this test and it shows up 0.0 on the with the throttle not depressed, you don't have enough tension. You need at least a little bit of tension where it'll register a voltage. 0.1 would be good. It may be showing 0.2. But anyway, let's go back. And we are learning like a mother right now. So we're going to go back to calibration of the TPS. We're not going to go through the setup wizard again because, boy, that's a lot of data to keep entering. So in order to, let's see, go back, get out of diagnostics, go to the advanced menu, go to TPS calibration. Okay, it's showing 0.2 volts. Let me just depress the throttle and let go for a second. And it has returned to 0.2 again. Okay. So 0.2, 0.1, good. 0.0 is bad. It's going to tell you that's bad. You're not calibrated correctly. You need to at least have some voltage. So let's make sure that we're actually recording this. No, we're not. I may have just missed that whole video there. Well, I hope not. This is why I gotta, check my work here. Anyway, I hope I got all of that. If I didn't, But anyway, we're gonna do it correct now. We got it on 0.2 voltage. Because we added some tension to it, like we should. If it's 0.0, that's bad. You need to tension it a little bit more so you get at least some voltage here. 0.1 or 0.2, those are good numbers. So we'll calibrate this. Depress throttle and press calibrate. Okay, so depress throttle. We're back up to 3.7 again, like I did after the first pretension. Calibrate that. Release throttle to continue. And it drifts down to 0.2 again. Excellent. So we go forward. We get out of advanced options. We're going to go to diagnostics. We're going to check our codes, make sure we don't have any. And we have 0 codes, okay? That's good. If you have any codes on here, you must correct them. And it may not be obvious how to correct it, but you need to find out how. So at least I learned how to fix my TPS error code. And I couldn't find any information even though I Googled it. Alright, so it looks like we're good again, and we probably can go to the startup on our next video. And who knows, maybe this time it'll run much better. All right, so done with this.